Hey legends, welcome back to another episode. For the next 7 days, we're going to be exploring Victoria's High Country, and as you probably noticed, we're doing things a little bit differently. Towing a 2-ton van up the mountain isn't really our idea of having fun, so we ditched our usual setup and have the keys to the Mitsubishi Outlander to take you on an epic 1,000 kilometer adventure in comfort and style.
So our journey started in Melbourne, where we dropped off our car in our caravan after living in it since October, so it was definitely a big change for us. And from there we headed to Mansfield to check out Mount Buller. Then after that we went to Bright, took a scenic drive through to Dinner Plain and Hotham, went to Wangaratta and finished our road trip right back here in Melbourne before setting off on our next adventure. So let's get into it.
Alrighty, so first up we are heading to Craig's Hut, which is one of the most famous huts here in the High Country, built for the iconic Aussie movie The Man from Snowy River. And to get there we started in Mansfield, jumped onto Mount Buller Road, then onto Mount Sterling Road, all the way through to the Clear Hills track.
Awesome, so we're now on the final stretch to get to Craig's Hut. Obviously where we were right before this in the picnic area, there is a part where you can take a hike. It's about 1.7 kilometres one way, but we much prefer driving than taking hikes. So there is a track that you can take. It is a 4-wheel drive track, but we spoke to a local and watched some videos online. It seemed more than doable in an all-wheel drive, so
yeah,
obviously
absolutely.
we made it.
Yeah, we made it. The Outlander ate it up, guys. It's definitely fine for an all-wheel drive. Just make sure you pick the right lines and you're good to go. But yes, when you arrive here at the parking spot, there's a small sign that shows Craig's Hut, so hopefully it's just a short walk and then we're there. Right guys, and there you have it, the famous Craig's Hut. How good is it? And it has spectacular views. Absolute must. Alrighty guys, so some road trips are about the destination, but this one is just as much about the drive. So before we continue our road trip through Victoria's High Country, let's run you through the Mitsubishi Outlander, the car that's making it all happen.
When you're spending hours on the road, comfort definitely feels more like a necessity than a luxury. And I'll tell you what, the quilted leather upholstery, tri-zone climate control, and may I add, heated seats in the front are taking the term passenger princess to a whole new level.
The drive itself is also super smooth. Engine noise is barely noticeable and the 8-speed automatic gearbox easily selects the right gear, so we can just enjoy the drive.
And then there's the space. Clearly we don't pack light. We've got our fridge, camping chairs, you name it. It all fits with room to spare. And when you've got your hands full, the hands-free tailgate is a lifesaver.
Tech-wise, this thing is stacked with great features. Adaptive cruise control makes long drives easy, blind spot monitoring keeps us in check, and the head-up display means we don't have to take our eyes off the road. Now the biggest thing for us is reliability. Look, we've owned 3 Mitsubishis in a row because we're just so passionate about this brand. The Mitsubishi Outlander comes with Australia's first 10-year warranty and 10-year cat price servicing, so when a company goes that far, you know you're in good hands. And of course, if there's the opportunity to go off the beaten track, you know we're going to take it. That's where the Super All-Wheel Control system comes in. It gives us the confidence to explore different terrains without hesitation.
So whether it's long highway stretches, winding mountain roads, or just packing up for the weekend, the Mitsubishi Outlander makes the journey effortless.
So if you want to see how it stacks up for yourself, there's only one way to do it, and that's to take it for a spin. So book a test drive today.
So we've just finished up at Craig's Hut and the drive there and back was just beautiful. And now we're on, I think, a highway again. Well, it looks like a highway anyway. Yeah. But anyway, we passed through Mansfield on our way and let me tell you, we were starving. So we're craving something good. Devil, tell them about the good food we had.
Oh, if you love some Indian food, there's a great restaurant. Nicole had butter chicken and I had lamb madras. Oh, so good, and there's plenty left over, so we're going to have some tonight as well. But yes, highly recommend, it's so good.
So we're now on our way to Bright, which is around 2 hours out of Mansfield, but let's fast forward to the next day.
Alrighty, so the car is packed and today we're going to tackle Mount Buffalo. There's a lot of awesome spots along the route, so let's jump in and we'll show you what it looks like.
Awesome, so first stop is Sinclair's Waterhole, and it's looking amazing already, so let's turn this thing around. Look at that. And there is nobody here.
No one here. We're now going to check out Ladies Bar Falls. I can already hear the water, so hopefully this is a good one.
There's also a little secluded spot just off the side. If you want to follow me, I'll show you what it looks like. The water isn't too deep, but it looks beautiful. Like just to chill in there. I think this would be like the perfect spot when there's crowds. I don't know, maybe it's a local spot or maybe it's obvious, I don't know. But look at that. It's like the perfect chill water.
Oh, how good.
Now Mount Buffalo Road is filled with great spots for good lookouts, so about 10 minutes after you pass through Ladies Bath Falls, you will reach your first lookout, and then another 10 minutes after that you will reach a spot where you can park up to do the Gorge Heritage Walk, which is where you can check out many more great lookouts and waterfalls. And then of course, as you continue down the road, you will reach more lookouts. So this one is called the Gorge. There's a big parking area there, and you also have bathrooms, which is great, and more amazing lookouts.
Well guys, we are on top of the mountain, literally, and it's so crazy to think that between down there and myself is just this barrier. So that is just insane.
And now we are finally on the very exciting last stretch to get to the Horn. And don't stress if walking is not your thing, the popular hut that you might already know the look of is just a couple of steps away from where you conveniently park your car. But there is a really beautiful hike or walk, it's not too much of a hike, that you can take, but I'll hand you over to Diavolt to tell you more about that now.
Guys, we've just done the Horn track and it's absolute must do. There's like 360-degree views at the top. It's absolutely spectacular. The walk itself is pretty good as well. It's about a 40-minute return walk. Most of the way it's just like climbing up rock steps, and then the last bit is the most interesting bit where you have to like dug underneath rocks, and it's like very cool. It's definitely a must do.
And that wraps up our time here at the Horn. We just spent a couple of minutes just soaking up the views because I highly doubt we'll see anything like this ever again. So let's head back home. When you're in Bright, you definitely won't struggle to find good accommodation. Our goal for this trip was to stay in really unique stays because, as you guys might know, we have been living in our caravan, so a change of scenery was definitely something that we were looking forward to. So check out this place. It is absolutely beautiful. We'll make sure to leave all the details below as well, but yeah, just have a look at this. So it is now the next day, and today we are heading to Dinner Plain. We took the beautiful Great Alpine Discovery Drive. Bear in mind this does add a couple of hours to your journey, but it is so worth it. This is the route that we took, but have a look at this. It was so beautiful.
We just passed through Falls Creek and it's absolutely beautiful here, but it's so insane. Like, we had a look on the internet what it looks like during winter, and it's mind-boggling that everything is under snow. It's crazy. We should definitely come back during that time. That would be awesome.
So we've driven into Hotham to get some fuel, but as you can see,
Nothing
there's
here.
definitely not a fuel station in sight, but there is an epic lookout, so let's go and show you. This one is called The Cross.
And just further down the road, guys, you have the iconic Danny's Lookout, which is a bit lower than the Cross, but the views are just insane.
So, Diavolt, why don't you tell them where we found the fuel?
Yes, I would absolutely love to tell them. So I told Nicole we have 100 kilometers of fuel left in the car. Can we do the Dinner Plain track? She was like, no. So I had to look for the nearest fuel station, which is in Bright again. So we traveled 50 kilometers for the nearest fuel station.
That's actually a lie. We could have gone back
to Omeo, which is the same distance. Then we have to come all the way back again to do the Dinner Plain track, and then we have to go all the way back again to our accommodation. Yeah,
but you do have to realize that yesterday we started here, we took a scenic drive which was nearly 4 hours, and now we're just right back to where we started.
Exactly right.
Oh, lovely. Guys, check your fuel before you start on your adventure.
Or trust your gut and just send it. Don't listen to your wife.
Alright, so we finally made it to the Dinner Plain track. We got the fuel, and somehow it's like 5 o'clock now. Yeah. But yeah, it's a very beautiful drive. It's very rocky, and you just I don't know, like between bushes. It's a very different
it's nice.
off-roading experience.
And it's not too hard, and all-wheel drive can do it as well, I reckon.
We are now going to Carmichael Falls. They say that it is a 2 kilometre or 30-minute return walk, so let's do it. So I don't know if we've made it, but I think
I
so many
think
flies.
it is.
I think we have, but there's not all that much going on here. So I don't know. You decide if it's worth going for the walk. The walk was nice, but I'm not so sure that the destination is as nice, but it's about the journey, not the destination. So for our accommodation, we're just staying about 20 kilometres out of Dinner Plain, and it's a beautiful farmhouse cottage, as you can see. This place I think would be great if you have a family as well, because it's quite large. There's 3 bedrooms, you have a laundry, you have kitchen, bathroom, a nice little, sitting area, lounge room. It's really beautiful and so peaceful and quiet, and we had the best sleep last night, so definitely recommend. And just like that, our time in Dinner Plain comes to an end. This is probably the first morning where it's like properly chilly.
Yes.
So I think this calls for some heated seats.
Heated seats and also
some heated steering.
Heated steering, which is very nice. Everything gets warmed up, so yeah.
No, definitely. So today we are taking the same road again to get to Wangaratta, but the host did let us know, of the Airbnb of course, that it's going to be very hot, so she let us know, or she asked us what time we're going to be arriving so she could put the aircon on. So we're going from
that should be nice.
From cold, it's like 15 degrees now, to I'm assuming very hot.
Yeah, it's probably going to be 30s again today.
Yeah,
so.
but we will catch you guys there. Oh my goodness, this road trip is just getting better.
Yes.
We were just passing through, we're probably like I don't know, maybe 10-15 minutes out of Bright.
Right, yeah.
And then as we were driving, there's a sign that there's a deer and emu farm.
Yeah.
And we just drove in, and there's just emu galore. There's deer everywhere. It's like, I don't know, it's a very popular place. It looks like
there's even an ostrich
oh my goodness.
Let's show you
we'll
guys.
show you guys. But there's a restaurant here. There's mini golf. You can go on little tours. It looks amazing. So let's get out. I'm so excited. Sweet, so it is now the next day, but also our final day travelling through Victoria's High Country. So obviously yesterday we arrived in Wangaratta, and there's no content because we did nothing. We arrived and we checked into this beautiful cottage on a farm here in Wangaratta, and it's just so beautiful. So we did actually just put a movie on and relax a little bit after all the driving that we've been doing the past couple of days. But yeah, as you guys can see, it is so beautiful. I think this has to be probably our favourite stay for this whole trip, only because it sort of feels like what our dream sort of little home looks like. So yeah, we've really been enjoying it. But for today we have a pretty chill day planned. We're going to check out a winery, maybe get some wood-fired pizza and just explore the area in general. So let's get straight into it.
Alrighty guys, we're now on our way, and I can't believe it's the last full day of the road trip. Like, it's been so comfortable driving this car, and it's going to be pretty interesting stepping back into my car, that's for sure. But yeah, I told Nicole before, like, the thing that I'm going to miss the most has to be the adaptive cruise control. Like, it's so cool. Like, I've always heard about it, but now that I'm actually experiencing it for the first time, it's pretty nice. Like, you can literally set your speed, and then when there's a car in front of you and the car slows down, the car also slows down automatically. And when the car in front of you speeds up again, this car also speeds up. So it's pretty nice not having to, like the original cruise control system, having to brake, set it again, that sort of thing. So it's pretty convenient. And it also has traffic sign recognition. So when you drive by a sign that shows 60, it automatically slows down to 60 by a flick of a button. And it also speeds up again when it shows 100. You just flick it up and it automatically speeds up to 100. It's pretty nice. And it's so smart, like I've tested it as well. When you drive by a sign that shows 40 ahead, it won't show up. But as soon as it shows 40, it sort of blinks on your heads-up display that it's now a new speed. So you can just flick it down and it will go back down to 40. So yeah, pretty impressed. But anyways, we stopped at Henley's and I had my usual strawberry milkshake, and lunch was also delicious, and afterwards we went for a drive, so cue the sunset montage.
And just like that, our time in the high country comes to a very sad end. The past 7 days have just been unlike anything that we've ever experienced before, and the landscapes here are just so different than the ones that we're used to back home in Brizzy. So yeah, it was such a nice experience, and I think driving through places like Mount Buffalo and then that scenic road that we took, passing through, what was it, Falls Creek and Dinner Plains, it just felt like a completely different planet. So it's a trip that I think every single person needs to do. It was insane, and I think it's, yeah, you wouldn't not love it. It was incredible.
Yeah, it was absolutely incredible. And like some of you guys might know, we have a caravan. Like you can still go if you have a caravan. There's a few caravan parks and down the bottom of the mountain. I wouldn't take the caravan up the mountain.
No, some risky business.
Yeah, exactly right. So just park it down there and you can go up. Most of the places we saw, like the touristy attractions, you could do on the bitumen as well. So no problem if you don't have a four-wheel drive. But if you do have a four-wheel drive, it's like four-wheel drive haven. It's a totally different trip we'll need to do because there's just a lot of tracks. So we're looking forward getting back there with the Pajero and tackling it. But yeah, no, it's been awesome. I don't know if this will help as well. We obviously drove the Mitsubishi Outlander. If you guys are looking at maybe buying one, that's just my personal experience about the car. It's been awesome. Like, it's been so comfortable. We've never had a car this new with all the new features and that sort of stuff. But it's been amazing, and it's been really reliable as well. Like, we've done 2,000 kilometers in it.
It's not even had its first service yet, so it'll be interesting dropping the car off, and then they're looking at the Ks, they'll be like,
you're like, oopsie.
A little bit more than we agreed to.
Yeah, exactly. But we've had absolutely no dramas at all, which is to be expected from a Mitsubishi. It's been awesome. It's been so reliable. Tech-wise, it has a lot of tech, but if you want to turn it off, let's say the lane departure warnings, you don't like that sort of stuff, you can turn it off. But honestly, me using the car, it's been no problem at all. And it's actually been helpful with some of the stuff. It's been really good. Comfort-wise, it's so comfortable. Like, my mum had a Mitsubishi Outlander back in the day, and if you compare that one to this one, like, this car is in a whole different class. It's Mitsubishi has really stepped up their game. So yes, it's definitely a great car to look into if you're interested. So
yeah, for sure. But yeah, this trip has just been insane. Very grateful for the opportunity, and I think we actually just saw so much more than we would have if we had our usual setup with us. So yeah, it was a great experience, and I hope this video has been helpful to you guys as well if you're looking to plan a trip through the high country and want to potentially see things on a different way like we have. It's been great, and
just overall thankful, and we hope we can do this sort of things in the future as well. So yes, thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and have a good one.
Cool. See you guys.
Yeah.